I twist my ankle, and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you twist your ankle, young fella. Come over and sit with me. This is you need to. I said, no, man. I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact.
What is peak? Are we talking one season? Because there is no single season Michael Jordan ever had better than LeBron James's 2013 season.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Michael double teamed on the drive, in for the left, gets chased into the corner, comes right back. Down! Three. Pepper for Jordan. Anderson with a height advantage, but Jordan with the quickness.
Kevin Durant just let something slip that nobody saw coming, and it instantly crossed a line. He was chilling on LeBron's podcast, laughing like he had the smartest joke in the room. Durant started talking about commitment, about staying in the league forever, like he's some model example of loyalty. Then he dropped the punchline. Some people say, I want to go play baseball, and then I want to come back. Or some people say, I'm going to go 22 straight. The whole room froze for a moment. LeBron burst out laughing, and they both clearly knew what Durant was hinting at. He was clowning Michael Jordan for stepping away to play baseball while praising LeBron for playing over 20 straight seasons. They were basically pushing the idea that Jordan quit, and staying around is more impressive than being an all-time force.
It's all about winning championships and winning.
Yeah, I'm 10, 12 years in, I got 4 MVPs and 4 championships. But do I still want to do this shit? You know what I'm saying?
You know how hard it is.
Some people say, I want to go play baseball.
But here's the part they conveniently skipped. Michael Jordan didn't walk away in 1993 because he was bored or looking for a hobby. He stepped back because his father was murdered, and everything in his life flipped upside down. James Jordan was shot and killed that summer. And Michael, at the absolute peak of his power after 3 straight championships, stepped away in grief. Not because he quit. He needed space to breathe, and anyone with a heart can understand that. So when Kevin Durant casually throws out, some people play baseball, with that little smirk, it comes off disrespectful. And LeBron sitting there laughing makes it even louder. He basically co-signed the whole message without saying a word.
There's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110% at all times. So, if I burn out, I burn out.
Pierce had it poked away, stolen by Jordan. Lojas down on the floor. It's loose to Humphries. 4 to shoot. Humphries 3.
You like the idea. Jordan coming up with the steal.
Oh, look
again.
at that. The 40-year-old dives to the hardwood.
To have a long career, that's the goal, to be in the league for 20 years. I tell you, that's the goal.
And here's the wild part. These two are the ones lecturing the whole league about commitment. Kevin Durant, the same guy who joined the 73-win Warriors right after they beat him, the same guy who bailed on Brooklyn, and the same guy who demanded out of Phoenix in no time, acting like he's the blueprint for loyalty. That's the same dude calling Jordan an AC quitter, while LeBron keeps getting a free pass like he never dipped out when things got tough. The first time Cleveland got messy, he packed up and took his talents to South Beach. When Miami started slipping, he sprinted right back to Cleveland. And when that situation got rough again, he bounced to Los Angeles without looking back. Every time pressure pulled up, LeBron found a new door to walk through. Jordan lived by one mission: winning, no matter what it cost. He wasn't chasing a forever career, he wasn't padding stats, and he definitely wasn't load managing his way to season 22. He even said it straight: if I burn out, I burn out. That means my career shortened. I'll go play golf somewhere. Longevity wasn't his obsession. His legacy built on greatness was. And here's the proof of that mindset. In his rookie year, 1984, Michael Jordan played all 82 games, every single one. Back then, 40 players in the league did the same.
You play basketball 2.5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? That's your job. That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player. What are you doing the other 21 hours? I mean, to me, that's when you should be preparing for your next day of work.
It wasn't special, it was normal. Jordan averaged 38.3 minutes a night, ranking 4th in the entire NBA, and nobody was crying about rest. You want real perspective? In the 1999 to 2000 season, 58 players played all 82 games. Compare that to today. In 2022, the league hit an all-time low for full season players. Then 2023 got even worse. Then 2024. Then 2025.
It might not be in the team's best interest, in your best interest, to play all 82. Is that something you've thought about at all since you made the goal?
That's a goal, but we'll see.
Available to go and be in the pro. If OBJ shows up, he might score 100.
The worst years for player availability are happening right now, even though athletes have private jets, full medical teams, cryotherapy, everything. and somehow they're playing less than ever. Why? Because the mentality flipped. And who flipped it? LeBron James. When he started load managing, it sent a message across the whole league. If the supposed best player can sit out, then why shouldn't everyone else? LeBron has only played a full 82-game season once in 22 years, just once. Meanwhile, guys like Bird, Kobe, and Duncan did it several times, but the so-called face of the NBA barely did it a single time, and the part that makes it even crazier is this.
We come to practice, he's on one leg. Like, he was hurt the second year, he was on one leg the whole year and played 82 games. Wow. Like, and so he practiced every day and he played every game on one leg. And so you're like, man, MJ, why don't you just sit up? How can I be the leader of the team and sit out and y'all going through all the credit? I gotta be there.
LeBron's injuries always seem to pop up at the most convenient moments. First run in Cleveland, out of nowhere, a mysterious elbow issue in 2010. In 2015, he suddenly took a 2-week break, left looking washed, and came back looking brand new. And in 2018, after getting swept in the finals, he walked into the press conference wearing a Michael Jackson-style glove, claiming he broke his hand after Game 1. Come on, that story never added up. This past season, the Lakers announced LeBron had sciatica right before the season even started, right after he skipped all of training camp, and right when things got cold between him and the franchise because they wouldn't hand him an extension. The timing always makes people raise an eyebrow. Now look at Jordan. There's the legendary story from his second year. Jordan showed up to practice on one leg. He was hurt the entire season and still played all 82 games. His teammates asked why he wouldn't sit out. Jordan said, "How can I be the leader of the team and sit out? Y'all going through it? I gotta be there." That was his mindset. And when he had a broken foot and management tried to keep him off the court, he didn't back down. He told Bulls management, "I'm gonna play basketball. That's what I am, a basketball player."
One of the hardest times of my life. After the finals, I sat in my room for 2 weeks, did absolutely nothing, talked to absolutely nobody.
Was that the low point for you in your career?
Oh, for sure.
2011.
The lowest.
Yeah,
the lowest.
That's how he moved. No excuses. That's the real difference in mentality. And the biggest gap between them shows up in how they handled failure. Nothing exposes that more than the 2011 finals, right after LeBron built his super team in Miami with Wade and Bosh. They were supposed to dominate the whole league, but instead, LeBron showed up with just 17.8 points per game in the finals. And in Game 4, he dropped 8 points. 8.
One of the hardest times of my life. After the finals, I sat in my room for 2 weeks, did absolutely nothing, talked to absolutely nobody.
Was that the low point for you in your career?
Oh, for sure.
2011.
The lowest.
Yeah,
the lowest.
His former teammate, Eddie House, didn't sugarcoat anything. He said straight up, "LeBron quit on us. He was MIA. I can't get over the fact he didn't show up in Dallas." That's a heavy statement from someone who was right there. And after losing, LeBron hopped on Twitter talking about the greater man upstairs. When it's my time. Right now isn't the time. He basically pushed the blame onto destiny. Then he told the media that fans would wake up the next day with the same life, same problems, like it wasn't his performance that fell apart. Years later, LeBron tried to shift the blame again, this time onto the roster. But Stephen A. Smith shut that down immediately. He said, "This wasn't about the roster."
So one day at practice, Phil put Steve Kerr guarding me.
We were on opposite sides in a scrimmage, and he's talking all kinds of trash. And I'm pissed because, we're getting our ass kicked.
Phil sensed my aggression, but he was trying to tone me down, and he starts calling these tick attack. It's not gonna help us when we play these teams that are very physical. Next time he did it, I just haul off and fuck. I said, when I fouled Steve Kerr, I said, "Now that's a foul."
I have a lot of patience as a human being, but I tend to snap at some point because I'm extremely competitive too. Just not really good enough to back it up usually. But I'm going. I'm gonna fight.
He hauls off and hits me in the chest, and I just haul off and hit him right in the and Phil just throws me out of practice.
You lost because of you. That line hit hard because it was the truth. MichaelJordan never moved like that. Jordan made it clear how he approached teammates. "I didn't really care if I broke them. If they did get broken, they're not going to be helpful to us when we need them the most." He wasn't trying to be cruel. He wanted to see who could handle real pressure when the championship lights came on. Steve Kerr saw that firsthand. During training camp before the 1995-96 season, Jordan and Kerr got into it during a scrimmage. Jordan played physical. Kerr pushed back, and Jordan fired back with a punch right to his face. Phil Jackson kicked Jordan out of practice, but Kerr said, years later, it was the best thing that ever happened because he finally earned Jordan's respect. 2 years later, Jordan trusted Kerr with the game-winning shot in the 1997 finals, and the intensity never stopped. Jordan had clashes with Will Perdue, and multiple teammates went at it with him. There was even a day he called his teammates 9 bitches to their faces to test who was really built for the moment.
A lot of people have been asking me about the shot the other night.
Michael in traffic to Kerr.
And there have been some misconceptions about what actually happened. I wanted to clear it up. When we called timeout with 25 seconds to go, we went into the huddle.
If he comes off, I'll be ready.
And Phil told Michael, he said, Michael, I want you to take the last shot. And Michael said, you know, Phil, I don't feel real comfortable in these situations. So maybe we ought to go in another direction. Why don't we go to Steve?
He didn't show up to be everyone's best friend. He showed up to win championships. Steve Kerr summed it up perfectly when he said Jordan pushed them so hard that he literally drove some players off the team. His whole mindset was simple. If you can't stand the heat from me in practice, you won't be able to handle the pressure of the NBA Finals. That was his standard, and he never apologized for it. Now compare that to LeBron. When have you ever heard a teammate say LeBron made practice so intense that people walked out? You haven't. LeBron is known for cruising through the regular season, taking plays off, and leaning on load management like it's normal now. Meanwhile, Jordan's practices were tougher than LeBron's playoff games, and that gap showed up when everything truly mattered.
And there's no game that I would ever play in and pick LeBron James over Michael Jordan.
No game.
No game.
So now you're just being
Not if
firm
I'm trying
about
to
it.
win. Not if I'm trying to win. I mean, I'm not going to give up my teammate who I won 6 championships with.
Take the 1998 NBA Finals, Game 6 versus Utah. Bulls down 3 with under a minute left, and Jordan turns into a one-man storm. He scores a quick layup, steals the ball from Karl Malone, then hits the game winner with 5.2 seconds left. 3 legendary plays in less than a minute locked down another championship. B.J. Armstrong said it best. When the lights were hottest and the pressure felt suffocating, Jordan didn't fold. He elevated. Only a handful of players can do that. Jordan never lost an elimination game in the finals. Not once. LeBron has been knocked out, and people like Scottie Pippen called it out plainly.
When I got traded to Phoenix, I had no more, I don't have any help. I got Dan Marley, Kevin Johnson. So I said, we're going to the finals. So once I got to the finals, I was like, I got Michael Jordan, mano a mano, what I wanted. I'm telling myself, well, I'm the best player.
He said, when you talk about Michael's ability to want to have that last shot, LeBron doesn't have the gene. That's not in him. LeBron is known for passing in clutch situations instead of taking the shot himself, while Jordan craved that moment. He wanted that pressure. It fueled him, man. And look at the numbers. In the 1991 playoff run, Jordan averaged over 8 points in the fourth quarter on 60% shooting. Only 2 players in NBA history ever pulled that off, Jordan and Giannis. And Giannis is a 7-footer, while Jordan was 6 feet 6 inches, doing that in the 1990s when defenses were actually allowed to get physical. And let's get into the real numbers. In 1991, at his absolute peak, Jordan averaged 31.5 points per game on 60% true shooting. Pure efficiency.
Lose game 1. Before game 2, I'm talking to my daughter. She said, Dad, you said y'all were going to win the championship. I said, we're going to win the championship. And I get back home that night and she's crying. She said, Dad, I don't know if y'all going to win.
Jordan to the fadeaway. Michael Jordan with another big shot.
LeBron's best seasons never even cracked 59%. Jordan's mid-range jumper hit at 46.6%, while LeBron sat around 35 to 37%. In clutch free throw moments, Jordan was at 84.5%, while LeBron in 2016 dipped under 70%. And even in the paint, the area where LeBron should dominate because of his size, Jordan still came out better. Want another example? The 1993 Finals versus Phoenix were insane. The Suns had Charles Barkley, the MVP, the best record in the league, and home court advantage. The entire series was so tight that both teams scored exactly 640 total points, a 0-point margin, the closest finals in NBA history. And Jordan in games 2 through 5, he turned into something unreal. He averaged 45.5 points on 51% shooting across those games. After losing game 1, he answered with 42, 44, 55, and 41. Numbers that still look crazy today. And Charles Barkley, after game 2, when they both scored 42, said something that still hits hard. He admitted, I played as well as I could play.
I think this guy might be better than me. And I never said that about another basketball player in my life, ever. But I remember being so depressed that night. I said, I don't know if I can beat this guy.
We lost game 1 because we were so nervous. But in game 2, I played as well as I could play, and Michael just outplayed me. That was probably the first time in my life that I felt like there was a better basketball player in the world than me, to be honest with you.
And Michael just outplayed me. That was probably the first time in my life that I felt like there was a better basketball player in the world than me. That's the MVP of the league saying that. You had the best version of Barkley playing the best basketball of his life, and he still couldn't match Jordan. And here's what LeBron fans never want to bring up. Jordan built that dominance because he stayed loyal and stayed committed to one city. Jordan stayed in Chicago through every painful loss to the bad boy Pistons. They beat him down year after year, and he never thought about running somewhere else. He built a dynasty instead of chasing one. And Jordan said it himself. In my era, we didn't demand trades. Everyone knows exactly who he meant with that line. LeBron bounced from Cleveland the moment things got tough, teamed up with Wade and Bosh in Miami, then dipped back to Cleveland when that squad started fading. He pushed for Kevin Love, then walked again to the Lakers, where they flipped the roster for Anthony Davis. 3 different teams, 3 different super squads. And that says everything about how his legacy got shaped. Jordan, on the other hand, is defined by who he took down. Karl Malone, John Stockton, Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley. All legends, all left without rings because Jordan shut the door every single time. Meanwhile, during LeBron's era, Stephen Curry grabbed 3 titles. Kevin Durant got 2, Kawhi Leonard got 2. All while LeBron was still active. Jordan is remembered for the players he stopped. LeBron is remembered for the teammates he lifted up. Now, let's talk about the real numbers. Kevin Durant and LeBron James together have played 39 seasons, basically 40 years of NBA basketball. Their combined resume, 6 championships, 5 MVPs, 6 finals MVPs, 5 scoring titles, respectable. But here's where it gets wild. Michael Jordan, in basically 13 full seasons, matched or beat almost all of it. 6 championships, 5 MVPs, 6 finals MVPs, 10 scoring titles, and 9 all-defensive first-team selections. He's the only player in history to win Defensive Player of the Year and the scoring title in the same season. And he did that twice. Half the years, double the punch. That's the difference between longevity and greatness. Jordan didn't need 20 seasons because he accomplished in 13, what they couldn't match in almost 40 combined. And look at recent player polls. Jordan is still on top. 45.9% of NBA players picked him as the GOAT, while LeBron got 42.1%. And that gap is only shrinking because younger players never watch Jordan live. So when Kevin Durant and LeBron sit on a podcast laughing about Jordan retiring, they're missing the entire point. Jordan never needed 22 years. He ruled his era so hard that nobody had anything left to question. 6 championships, a perfect finals record, and he did it all without jumping from team to team, without load management, without shortcuts. He just stepped on the court, dominated everyone in front of him, and walked away like a legend. And here's the real proof of his impact. When the NBA wanted to reset its culture, they didn't call LeBron. They brought back Michael Jordan. NBC brought him in as an ambassador because even more than 20 years after retiring, Jordan still holds more influence than LeBron and even Adam Silver. When Jordan talks, the whole league pays attention. That's Jordan's real clapback to Durant and LeBron. Not words, not a podcast, not a tweet. His answer is his relevance. The fact that when basketball needs direction, they call Michael Jordan. That's power you can't fake. Durant and LeBron can laugh all they want. They can hype up longevity like it's the biggest accomplishment ever. But deep down, they both know the truth. Every debate still circles back to Jordan. Every all-time list still puts him at the top because Jordan didn't chase years. He chased greatness. And greatness doesn't need 2 decades to prove itself. Jordan gave the league 13 seasons of pure destruction, 6 championships perfect in the biggest moments, 10 scoring titles, 9 all-defensive first teams. Durant and LeBron together, with nearly 40 seasons combined, still can't match what he did, and they never will. Jordan built dynasties. LeBron chased them. That's the gap, and that's why the debate is already settled. And if you're still here, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear the truth. Let them see the real story, not the filtered version.